Hi beautiful! If you're part of the YouTube family, welcome to a new video, and if you're not, I need a plug here, 1 second. Join us! Personal growth, relationships, beauty, and career videos, there is a lot here for you. Today, I wanted to talk about relationships and a common factor, insecurity in relationships, particularly the insecurity of feeling like you're not good enough for your partner. Feeling like you're not good enough requires some personal work outside of what we're going to do today, which is very relationship specific. So I encourage you to check out the videos I will link for you in the description box below. They are very powerful and will definitely help. Now, about today's topic. Feeling like you're not good enough is a very powerful burden, and I would like to show you a methodical approach not only to how to be the best partner you can be, but feel like it as well. To accomplish that, I have 6 steps: outlining, prioritizing, identifying, the why and how, the plan, and the reward. So let's jump in. Number 1, outlining. The problem, that is. You feel like you're not good enough in your relationship, but about what? Feeling like you're not good enough is a very broad impression, and a problem cannot be fixed unless we know what the problem is. Here, I would like for you to list all the things that you feel you're not measuring up to. And here's how I want you to do it. I would like for you to draw a table and separate it into 2 columns. You will name the column to the left now, and the one to the right, goals. Start with the left column for now and write down all the things where you feel you're not good enough, and don't stop until you absolutely believe that you've listed everything. Some quick examples are: I only have sex with my husband once a month, or I look like a hot mess 3 out of 5 days. List all the areas where you feel inadequate in your relationship and where you feel you'd like to improve. As silly as it may sound, write it all down. Don't leave anything out, and please give specifics. Don't say not having sex too often. Say having sex only X per Y. Specifics, and you'll see why. Ooh, I'm like a lyrical gangster today. Number 2, prioritize. I would like for you to take a look at all of your concerns and prioritize them by order of importance. Which one do you think is most important and needs to be worked on right away? Which one should follow shortly after? Which one should be third, etc. Basically, what do you want to fix first, second, third? Prioritize your concerns and write the number next to each line. Number 3, identifying. This is the part where we start figuring things out. So it's time to take on the column on the right. In here, write down where you would like to be in order to feel like you are good enough. I want you to think about what is the goal for each one of those items. This is why specifics are so important, because if you said we don't have sex too often, what's too often? But if you said we only have sex once a month, it will be easier to identify that goal that you can put into the right column, say once a week or twice a week. Whatever your interpretation of good is, that is what I want you to write down. After you've identified your concerns, where you are currently in your everyday and where you would like to be, it's time to determine if your goals are realistic. For example, is it possible to be a working mom, to get up at 6 every morning, make breakfast, take the kids to school, go to work, not only maintain a job, but do it good too, which sometimes can mean bringing work home, working late, or during the weekend? In the same time, be a good parent, be a great partner, a sexual dynamite, look like Giselle, stay in shape, age well, cook, clean, do laundry, maintain a social calendar with your friends, and take care of your siblings. Come on! The new age has conditioned us to think that we can have it all, but that's practically and realistically unattainable. When one aspect of our life soars, another tends to be neglected. It's how the world works. What we can have, however, is a whole lot of everything, and that is what I want you to keep in mind as you're doing this exercise. Please take a look at each one of these perfect goals and ask yourself, is this realistic to my situation, to my lifestyle? If it's not realistic, change that perfect goal to the perfectly realistic one, and then ask yourself, in light of this new change, will I be satisfied with the revised goal? If you say yes, you are well on your way to a happier and more satisfied and more confident you, not only as a person but as a partner. If not, you need to understand that setting high goals you will consistently miss will keep you in a rut. You have to accept that change happens in little steps, one step at a time, and having a whole lot of everything is far better than shooting for having it all and constantly getting disappointed. Lowering the bar does not mean lowering the standards you have for yourself. It simply means that you're becoming a more realistic person, learning to be a more happy and content human being that actually gets a lot of results. Next, I would like for you to think if this perfect goal is yours or not. We don't realize how much we allow current events and pop culture and others in general to influence us. You might not necessarily want to do something, but you will do it anyway because he wants it or because she's doing it. So next to each goal, I would like for you to list if it's mine or others. If you find that some goals belong to other people, you need to cut that expectation down and do what makes you happy. You have to be yourself because, like the saying goes, everybody else is taken. Why would you live a life that doesn't make you happy? Now, if the goal you are aiming toward belongs to your partner, you have to ask yourself, is it something I know for sure my partner wants, or am I assuming it's something he or she would like? You may think your partner wants something, but that may simply not be the case. So what do? You ask. A mouth that doesn't ask doesn't get fed. Make sure you know what makes your partner happy and never simply assume. Now, before we move on to step number 4, please make sure that you have very clearly done the following. Identified and outlined all the areas in your partnership where you feel you would like to improve. Prioritize the list by order of importance. Identified your goals and where you would like each line item to be. Determined how realistic those goals are and adjusted if necessary. And figured out if those goals are something that you or your partner truly want. Now, one thing that I want you to keep in mind is that you actually are already perfect. You may not see yourself as such, but you are. This exercise is meant to help you bring who you are more in line with your perception. Step 4 on our list, the why and how. Here, I want you to ask yourself 2 questions, 2 very important questions. Why do I want to make these changes? And how am I going to feel when I accomplish these goals? Think about what this change is going to do for your relationship. If you want to get out of the sweatpants, hair all bunned up uniform because you know your husband likes a woman that is well put together, and let's be honest, what man doesn't? Think about how you will feel if you are to look more dolled up. How will him seeing you like that more often make you feel, and what will it do for your relationship? Do this for all the items on your list. Why do I want to make these changes? How am I going to feel when I accomplish these goals? And then anytime you're tired, you don't feel like sticking to the plan or just feel like letting go, revisit the answers you've written down today and remind yourself of all the potential that lies ahead. After you're done, we need to get into action mode, my favorite. And step number 5, the plan, is basically the solution or solutions to achieving each goal. If the goal is to no longer greet your partner in the sloppy house uniform, the plan could be something along the lines of taking 10 minutes before you know he's about to come home to hide dark circles with some concealer. Maybe do one quick coat of mascara, dab on some lipstick, let the hair down, and put on a more curve-hugging pair of pants or a legging, something that's flattering. If the goal is to be more thoughtful toward your partner, set 1, 2, or 3 days, whatever that appropriate number of time per week is for you, when you do something thoughtful, like send a "I'm thinking of you" text, or writing a romantic 2-liner on a note that you slip into his coat pocket, etc. Figure out the solution to accomplish each one of your goals. They will not get themselves done, and nobody can do that for you, so you have to create the plans. Go down the list by order of priority and think of the solution to achieve each goal. Once the plans are in place, we have to create new habits, and the first step to building a habit is to do. But to do, you have to make sure you don't forget about doing. So set yourself reminders for the things to do. I know that some people are really going to dislike my set a reminder step because it takes the romance out of it. But let's be realistic. We live in a time where there's tons of shit to do, we're getting pulled in tons of different directions, and we can get very carried away very easily. Take me, for example. I spend 40 hours a week just creating social media content and engaging with my online audience. I also consult on social media projects for various companies, and I have a startup business, Vria Cosmetics, if you haven't heard already, that demands a lot out of me. In addition to that, I'm a wife, a daughter, a friend, I cook, I do laundry, and I clean. So I have to make sure that my list of what's perfect is realistic and attainable for me. 2 of the things I have on my list are cooking a nice dinner at least once a week. That's my goal, once a week at least. And looking more put together when my man comes home, because I work from home, so I have a tendency to be like, oh, bleh. These are just basically things that I'm comfortable with and I know I can achieve. Now, here is how I pull everything off most days. Let's be honest here. Every Sunday, I look at the upcoming week, and in addition to my business goals, I look at these personal goals as well and create next week's to-do list that includes the two. Pre-planning is going to be your biggest success tool. I can't stress this enough. Let's take a silly example, cooking. Instead of trying to figure out what to make last minute, not having enough stuff in the house, throwing my hands up and say, fuck it, we are having mac and cheese tonight, I make the list on Sunday. I look at it and I say, okay, Monday I will cook X, which will take 40 minutes to make, so I'll have to start cooking dinner at this time. Knowing what I will prepare in advance, I make a list of the groceries I need, get everything during the weekend, and then set those time to cook reminders for that day on my phone. If it's sex, the plan could be, on this day I will put on something sexy. On this day I'll run a bath for us, etc. And then I set those reminders. And then during the week, at the beginning of the day, when I'm looking at my calendar to see what is going on that day, I know I will have to do XYZ for my personal goals. And then suddenly something changes in my mindset. I'm not only excited because now I know that by doing all these things, I'm really doing my very best as a wife, but I feel empowered because now I'm organized and I just feel so much better about myself. So while this is not romantic, reality isn't always romantic, and there is nothing that works better than strategy and order. You can choose to not listen, think it's too much work, and say, forget about it. Or you can choose to start living an extraordinary life and work your way toward becoming a more fulfilled partner and just a more fulfilled, happy human being. Lastly, number 6 in our strategy is the reward. The best part off the bat, the mental satisfaction will be a reward within itself. But I mean, why stop there? After 30 days of consistently achieving your goals, I want you to do something for yourself. Whatever that is, take a long bath, go get a massage, buy a new pair of shoes. You should reward yourself with something great that is within your means. And then do the same every single month after you hit your goals weekly. One thing I need to advise though, and this is critical, is this. If you want to give it your best shot, only tackle 1, max 2 goals at a time. Otherwise, you will very quickly burn the candle at both ends, get tired, give up, and then just fall back into a slump. So trust me, start with goal number 1, work at it religiously for weeks, months, however long it takes, until you're satisfied you've developed a strong habit. Once you are satisfied and you're on a roll and your habit will continue easily, then you can tackle and add the second goal and work your way down that list. Does that make sense? If you want to do it right, you have to have a little patience. Now, if you liked what you saw today or got inspired in some shape or form, please subscribe to my channel for more and tap the little bell icon so you are notified when a new video goes up. Definitely follow me on Instagram as well for weekly skincare and makeup videos. And I also encourage you to subscribe to my email list. I have one. It's free to join, your information is safe, and you will never be spammed. That is the way that I'm engaging with you in the process of creating my makeup line. You guys chose for us to launch a concealer first. You guys told us what you want the concealer to be like and how you want it to perform. Next up on the voting poll is choosing the color for the packaging and what shades we're going to release. And if co-creating a makeup company is not incentive enough to join, you will be entered to win into a lot of very exclusive giveaways. So definitely sign up. I want to thank you so much for watching today. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you again very soon in a new video. Bye!